is Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Secretary, thanks very much for being here this morning. You heard what Hakeem Jeffries just said. Now Democrats are moving to try to impeach you. What is your response?
Well, we're going to keep doing our jobs. President Trump promised the American people that he would make America safe again, that we would be out there enforcing the laws and that we would apply them equally, that nobody was above the law, and that we were going to start putting American citizens first. So criminal, illegal aliens in this country are going to be brought to justice under his administration, and that's exactly why we surged resources to Minnesota, because their corrupt elected officials at the city level and at the state level allowed fraud to happen, allowed crimes to happen. We've arrested dozens of murderers, rapists, traffickers in that city already, and we're going to continue to do that work to follow through on President Trump's promises.
What more can your officers do to stop the agitators? Obviously, so much has happened. It's hard to know what's true here in terms of people getting shot.
Well, Maria, we're sending more officers today and tomorrow. They'll arrive. There'll be hundreds more. And in order to allow our ICE and our Border Patrol individuals that are working in Minneapolis to do so safely, we're going to continue to, if they conduct violent activities against law enforcement, if they impede our operations, that's a crime, and we will hold them accountable to those consequences. So unfortunately, when you don't have the partnership of the city, Mayor Fry and Governor Walz have been very clear that they're going to continue their rhetoric. They're going to continue to put criminals and corrupt illegal aliens above the people that live in that city and in that state. They've said they're not going to help us, so we'll make sure that we protect our officers, but we also follow through on making sure these criminals are brought to justice.
I mean, it's ironic to see the Democrats so angry over what ICE is doing when, in fact, you look back at the policy and how this all started, and it was a wide open border under the Biden administration. And, you know, there was back and forth and you know, conflict and different opinions about impeaching Alejandro Mayorkas, and yet they all rushed to try to impeach you right now for responding to it.
For responding and telling the truth. I'll remind everyone, Maria, that every single thing that I've said has been factual about what's been going on in Minneapolis, what's been going on in Minnesota, and with the incident that we had where we had a tragic loss of life. These law enforcement officers are trained to be in situations that are dangerous, and they rely on that training each and every day to make the right decisions. And that's what I'm so grateful for, is that we have professionals that stepped up and took an oath to serve this country. The American people support them in that. It's really, really horrific that we have elected officials that are using this as an opportunity to divide, using this to promote an agenda that fundamentally would take away our freedoms and our liberties in this country. And Governor Walz's corruption has been exposed. It's been exposed for years. He's being held accountable to it, so he's trying to divert the attention away from him and his failed leadership. We're going to continue to do our work and specifically focus in Minnesota. And Maria, we've surged HSI officers there to focus on sex trafficking and child trafficking. It's so prevalent in Minnesota. It's horrific. And we brought dozens and dozens of those individuals to justice already. We're going to keep hundreds of HSI officers there to continue to protect those children. Every day we get another individual that was sexual assault against a child, sodomy against a child. I can't believe that the mayor and the governor can defend allowing those people to go out there and victimize more of our children and grandchildren.
Well, I don't understand that. I mean, how is it possible that they're not as interested in ending that as you are? And that was my next question. Why Minnesota? What is happening in Minneapolis that you have been as aggressive as you have in terms of sending more officers there?
Well, it is ground zero for stealing of taxpayer dollars and protecting criminals. We have had officers there for years. We've surged officers because we recognized and started to uncover the true corruption and theft that has happened. Billions and billions of dollars have been stolen from American people. And Maria, these are dollars that were supposed to go to programs to help the most vulnerable, to help people that were disabled or had mental health challenges, or children that were autistic, or to help people transition into their own home and to get back up on their feet. They stole the money from those people and used it to enrich their lives. And many of the times we've dug into this, and it's immigration fraud. They came into this country lying on their documents of why they could come and why they were eligible to use our programs. Joe Biden facilitated this all. And as we uncover more of this criminal activity, we're going to continue to surge resources to make sure that this abuse of government funds and government power no longer continues in Minnesota.
And who is funding these agitators? Where are they getting the resources to keep up trying to block ICE from doing their jobs?
Well, that's part of the investigation as well. There's been nonprofits that have had money funneled into them to train individuals to go out here and to impede law enforcement operations, train them how to go distract them, assault them, and to do exactly what we've seen with these vehicle rammings. We've had over 100 of them in recent weeks where people are using their vehicles as deadly weapons and attacking our officers and training them on how to block streets. And I'll remind everybody that if you get involved and impede a law enforcement operation, you are breaking the law. That is a crime. And at that point in time, that individual needs to be arrested and taken in and charged and convicted for what they're doing to stop justice in the United States. So all of these times you see these rioters out there doing that, they've been trained to do that. They know they're training them to break the law. And the previous administrations allowed it to happen. President Trump is standing up for what's right.
All right, we'll be watching your moves. Secretary, thanks very much for being here this morning. We so appreciate it.